I'm Brian Demers. I'm here at DevNexus in the Build Propulsion Lab with Daniel O. Welcome, Daniel.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, Brian. It's super happy to be here at DevNexus again. And then it's a great time to see a lot of people, my fellow JC champions as well. And then, and then more important thing is I see a lot of awesome developers here.
It is a great event. DevNexus is always one of my favorite events to come to, so I'm happy to be here and happy to chat with you today.
Yep.
So, you are on the Quarkus team?
Yeah, technically, yes.
So, I don't know, we talk about a lot about productivity, developer productivity specifically, and Quarkus is a very fast way to build an app, right? So, I don't know, maybe you could tell us a little bit about Quarkus. Everybody should know about Quarkus by now, but maybe you could tell us a little bit about Quarkus and what it does for developers.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So, so for the last couple of days, I got a lot of tons of the question around, what is the Quarkus and then why we should use Quarkus rather than the other Java framework, like a Spring Boot, the other stuff. So technically, basically, Quarkus is just Java framework, and they're based on open source, and you can use whatever you want, the develop application, like a business application, or web application, and a messaging application, reactive application. So main goal of the Quarkus framework and the Quarkus team, we try to make developer happier and then make a better life. For example, just like Brian, you mentioned developer productivity. So what is developer productivity? So let's say I'm going to do this some awesome app development in 2 days, but now I'm going to do that like a half a day with the same quality, same reliable application, and the same thing like a testing, coding, writing stuff. That is the developer productivity. Not only some application itself, but also their life, like a life cycle, some of the stuff. So Quarkus try to get rid of some of the stuff, but just part of daily job. For example, I need to write a code, and what are we going to do next? You test the code, and then how do you test? And then compile, build, restart, and then keep changing, and debugging, and fixing, testing. They're all kind of like AKA developer processes. You're going to do that every single day. So we're going to try to get rid of some of the burden from developer, and then which means the Quarkus framework allows developer has that kind of capability automatically without any human intervention. So for example, whenever you change the code, it automatically recompile, review, restart, aka Quarkus Zen mode, like a live coding, just like a JavaScript. There are more than that, sure.
That's awesome. So, oftentimes I think when we talk about framework productivity, framework performance, right? So we talk about Quarkus starts really fast and all these other things, but it's also great for the developer, as you're talking about, right? So what are the, you just mentioned kind of some of the benefits. What are the kind of challenges that you see, I don't know, outside of the Quarkus land, what do developers struggle with that maybe they would want to move to something like Quarkus?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So most likely, like for example, Java developers, traditionally, previously, I just need to develop new business application, like a business requirement. I need to create some subscription page or some data transaction, something like that. Pretty simple. But now, company moving forward to cloud and then bring into more advanced technology like a CI/CD or like a GitOps, and then even AI and security. A lot of stuff you need to integrate your application side, which means you also need to spend a lot of time to enable some of the technology into your Java app. How to secure my app, now how to make it more automated my app, like some CI/CD or GitOps action, and then also how to optimize my application, not just making Uber jar. Maybe sometimes you need like a native executable using GraalVM, because when you run your application Kubernetes, you need to maybe make it smaller, faster, because Kubernetes is scaled out maybe 10,000 applications in 5 minutes, which means you need to make it optimize, keeping doing, and a lot of things developer needed to do, but company will not give some more money for you, which means you have a limited time 9 to 6. You need to also take care of your family. So these are all challenges for developers. So that's why always developers, including me and you, Brian, we always looking for the better practices and tools and some of our toy. Make my life easier.
I love that. I really love that. I think one of the struggles is exactly that kind of. We're kind of expected to do more nowadays with at least the same amount of time.
Yeah.
So how do you do that, right? You have to be more productive. You have to use better tools. You have to use better frameworks. So it's great to see Quarkus kind of pushing the way there. So I know Quarkus has kind of two modes, right? So it has, you can build native images like you just mentioned, and you can still build your typical jar type.
Yeah, right.
So can you tell the audience here maybe when you would use one or the other, or maybe some of the benefits of them?
Yeah, that's excellent question, because you know what? So I got the same question on Laha, last couple of days, because it's not only Quarkus. Any like a Spring Boot also provides Spring Native, and then like some Uber and Thinjar, some stuff, and then that's really awesome. And then, but I'm not sure whether I usually native build or JVM. So everybody's saying there are some benefit of GraalVM, super fast, and a small tiny memory footprint and a small size file. But does that really matter my life and then something impact my application? So here's a few like some criteria when you choose which mode, like a JVM or a GraalVM, for example. So your app should be focusing more on throughput, or some debugging, or just a lot of input processes. In that case, I would say JVM is your right answer. However, you're more think about optimization, like a performance perspective. Okay, my application should be smaller as much as possible, because in the end, our Java app deployed to Kubernetes for like a serverless, or high scalability, more like a 100,000 container scale up and down, some stuff. In that case, GraalVM way better than JVM stuff. But also, as you probably know, GraalVM really hard to debug and troubleshoot. Even if Oracle and then like some open source project provide some debugging capability, but that's not exactly the same like a Java heapdom, which Java developer get used to for a long time. So that's some of the critical criteria when you choose native build versus JVM.
That's a great answer, so thank you. So I played around with native image, kind of outside of Graal, with Graal outside of Quarkus. I played around with Quarkus, and I played mixing them together, but nothing more than like a little demo app. I will say the thing that I noticed playing with Graal specifically was the builds were really slow. Even for small, I built a small command line app, and the build was pretty painful. It was awesome. I mean, I had a binary, which I would, as a Java developer, getting a single binary thrills me to no end, right? Like I'm very, very happy to see this functionality. So you mentioned there's some kind of trade-offs building native binaries. And I know that's getting better. I stopped by the Oracle booth and talked to some of those folks, but Quarkus has a lot of tooling, right, as well. So I don't know. Is there anything you want to say about that?
That's a really good point, and that's absolutely 100% agree there, and that's really true. So GraalVM in the outcome and output is a really small binary, which is really cool. However, when you try to build application, not hello world, of course, like some of the really big complex app like a data transaction or messaging, some of the real application, it takes a time. For example, and it also depends on your machine. So when I use like a 16 gig Mac OS, when I run like some data transaction app, a little bit not hello world stuff, but it takes more than like a 3 minutes or 5 minutes, something like that. Even if it's a small app. But when I change my machine, like a 32 gig Mac OS, brand new one, and then M2 is pretty much faster than like a same app. It's like 50 seconds. But in reality, in the enterprise application, it's so much bigger. So I would say you don't need to build native image on your local machine. You're gonna just put it to somewhere like a CI/CD pipeline, like a Jenkins or Tecton, whatever you call, but it's fantastic CI/CD. Also, Quarkus, one of the really good things, Quarkus, the Red Hat built the Quarkus project almost 4 years ago. At the very beginning, we designed native compilation at the bottom. So not starting Quarkus itself and then put into native capability. We just build all native stuff. So whenever we create a Quarkus library, and then we always verify this is 100% working on native build, which is a little bit make it faster and then unexpected error. But still, as you mentioned, the Gravity still takes some time and consume a lot of memory when you build. That is really challenging right now.
All right, so I heard two great things there. I heard I have a great excuse to buy a new laptop, or get my company to buy me a new laptop.
Expensive.
Right? Expensive, exactly. So I need a top-of-the-line laptop to do my work. That's always happy to hear, right?
Yep.
But no, so kidding aside, or half kidding aside, developers can still use their regular JVM tools as they're developing,
right,
and kind of push those expensive bits off to CI process.
Yeah.
So you can still use all the tools you're familiar with,
yeah,
and still get the benefits if you want to build a native.
Exactly. I think that's a new responsibility of the platform engineering team. So platform engineering team needs to understand what kind of tools, what kind of capability the developer needs, not only just the application, but also how to build application and how to run application with some third-party tools and then native build, all kind of stuff. So it's managed by platform engineering team, which is more best practice side, to be honest.
That's really cool. Yeah. So that frees up a developer again to not have to worry about some of these concerns.
Right.
So you can focus on building your apps, and not some of the other stuff. Like, I love playing around with these tools, right? So
yeah,
that's my niche. I want to dig into it. But if I have a business application to write, maybe I don't want to spend
right,
my whole day doing that.
Yeah.
Cool. So if I were a new developer, right, or not so much a new developer, if I was new to Quarkus,
yep,
where should I go, or how should I get started learning about, I don't know, maybe how Quarkus is different than kind of the Spring ecosystem, or some other,
yeah,
sort of roll your own platform?
Yeah, so the learning experience is so many different paths. So recently, everybody is going to AI stuff. Okay, rather than so our generation, we can go to the bookstore or just Google searching and Stack Overflow. That's all right, we know. But now people more into a YouTube channel and watching some of the video rather than reading some blog posts. And now everybody just asking even stupid question, the chatbot stuff. But I would say, we have a lot of material, a website, and then a Slack channel, and then a Julep channel, and a GitHub repo discussion, and also YouTube channel. You can also visit my YouTube channel. I have more than 100 videos for Quarkus and Kubernetes and a lot of stuff.
All right, so tell everyone your channel.
Bit.ly URL, bit.ly/DanielOTV. Pretty much easier to
all right, we'll stick it in the link when it's up on YouTube as well.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, so back to the original question. So I would say you're going to go to Quarkus.io, and there are many tutorials how to get started at the very beginning as a junior Java developer, but also there are many advanced tutorials and a link to Git repo directly. You can just clone it, quick start example, and then run in your application, and you can start right away. And then you have any an issue, question, follow the documentation or example, you can feel free to chime in to Slack or Julep channel, or you can reach out to me directly, Daniel Rowe. I'm happy to help.
Awesome. All right. Well, your Twitter handle is right now in the description below here, so that's awesome. All right. So to wrap up, so what are you most excited for, kind of in the future, either in the Java world or in the Quarkus world?
I would say some, of course, AI stuff with the Java. So as AI is pretty much a Python or platform stuff. But so we have more than 60 million Java developers around the world. So we're gonna keep evolving Java technology and ecosystem along with the new technical trend, which is AI. So I'm pretty much expecting and looking forward to more integrating, like for example, LangChain Pro J, and then a lot of some packaging like a Gradle also. So I'm really looking forward to more integration stuff, existing Java tech and the brand new like some awesome shiny technologies. And the Quarkus will also be contribution to LangChain Pro J as well as a part of some effort.
Well, that's great. I can't say how happy I am to see kind of the change over the last, I don't know, handful of years, to see how much faster the Java world is growing, kind of post Java 8, things like Quarkus. All of these new technologies are really helping the ecosystem along. So I'm very happy to see that.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here, Daniel.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Brian.
We're both in New England, so maybe I'll see you around the Boston area
Yeah,
soon.
sure. And then, happy to see you again
Awesome.
in the Boston area.
Absolutely. All right. Well,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.